Lisbon, the capital and the largest city of Portugal, is full of wonders just waiting to be explored. Hundreds of thousands of tourists from all over the world come to Lisbon to sightsee and experience its charm. But with so many distractions, where to go and what to see can become a rather confusing question. Surely all of the city cannot be enjoyed in 2 days, but if you know where to go, even 2 days in Lisbon are enough. So, to help you get the most out of your trip to Lisbon, we have compiled the ultimate 48-hour itinerary consisting of top attractions that just cannot be missed. Welcome to MultiCityTrips, the multi-destination travel expert for personalized multi-city trips to Europe. And in today's video, we bring you one of our favorite itineraries that will let you make the most of your time and enjoy what Lisbon has to offer in just 2 days. New to our travel channel? We post new videos every Monday and Thursday, so subscribe today and ring the bell so you don't miss out on our latest travel guide, inspiration, tips, and amazing travel itineraries available to your favorite destinations in Europe. To make the most of this Lisbon itinerary and travel guide, check out our recommended flights, hotels to stay in, and more things you can do in the video description below. For a full list of recommendations mentioned in this video, click on the link provided in the description to access the blog post version of this guide from our website. Day 1. Raiso Square. On your Day 1, head to the famous Raiso Square, which is an excellent starting point for exploring the Lisbon city, with many attractions, shops, and restaurants within walking distance. It's a fantastic place to relax, soak in the vibrant atmosphere, or simply take a stroll while appreciating the historical and cultural significance of the central square in Lisbon. As you enter the square, you'll be welcomed with a rather groovy yet beautiful wave-patterned pavement, adding to the charm of the square. Walk a little more towards the middle, and you will meet a large bronze statue of Dom Pedro IV, the former Portuguese king and emperor of Brazil. Santa Justa Lift. While you're at Raiso Square, you cannot miss the iconic Santa Justa lift. Built in the 20th century and still standing strong under the weight of thousands of visitors from all across the world, Santa Justa, or the Carmo lift, is a functional architectural masterpiece. Serving as both a means of transportation and an incredible vantage point, its standout feature is its viewing platform, which offers visitors breathtaking views of Lisbon's iconic rooftops and the serene Tagus River. While the Santa Justa lift is a popular tourist attraction and can get quite crowded, it remains an essential stop during your visit to Lisbon. Beyond its aesthetic appeal and panoramic views, it also serves as a convenient way to bridge the gap between the lower Baixa district and the elevated Byor Elto neighborhood. Carmo Convent. Just a few streets away from Santa Justa lift, you'll find Carmo Convent, which stands as the ruins of a once grand Gothic church dating back to the 14th century. The church was damaged in 1755 due to an earthquake that nearly destroyed the city off the face of the earth. Along with the church, almost 5,000 books were destroyed. Today, the site stands as stunning as ever, even as a ruin. If your agenda is to explore Lisbon's historic architecture, then Carmo Convent definitely deserves a visit. Rua Austa. Next, you can visit the Rua Austa, which is primarily a pedestrian street, but there's more to it than just a street tourists and locals walk on. Firstly, the street is paved with black and white mosaic cobblestone. Secondly, Rua Austa harbors a plethora of historic buildings, cafes, and balconies. Another highlight is the Arch of Rua Austa, which features historic sculptures. Visitors can climb to the top for an eagle's eye view of the street and the Tagus River in the backdrop. Prasa do Comércio. From Rua Austa, you can next head towards Prasa do Comércio, which is only 5 minutes walk away. Prasa do Comércio is a grand public square situated along the Tagus River that should not be missed when visiting Lisbon. Its panoramic views and stunning architecture add to the charm of the city. It's also home to the Arco de Rua Austa, a historic memorial carved with stone figures depicting glory, valor, and genius at the top. When exploring the plaza, check out the statue of King Jose I, dine at cafes and shops under the arcades, or snap photos in front of the 18th century architecture. As a vibrant gathering place full of sights straight out of a postcard, Prasa do Comércio beautifully showcases Lisbon's rich culture and architecture for both tourists and locals alike. Timeout Market for lunch. By now, you must be exhausted and searching for a good place to eat. Well, why stop at one place when you can stop at many? Head to the Timeout Market next to enjoy Lisbon's best foods and restaurants all in one place. Whether you're into local Portuguese cuisine or continental cuisine, savory or sweet, you can find it all here. Take tram 28 to Alfama. After enjoying a hearty Portuguese lunch, be prepared for the next and most interesting highlight of Lisbon, Alfama neighborhood through the tram 28. Believe it or not, the iconic tram 28 is a major attraction in Lisbon. Painted in yellow, these trams travel along the narrow streets of the Alfama district up to the São Jorge Castle. On your ride, you'll come across beautiful architecture and pastel-colored buildings. Alternatively, if you're in the mood to stroll, you can walk to the starting point of the Alfama, which will take around 20 minutes. Explore Alfama. Alfama is the city's oldest neighborhood, whose origins stretch back to medieval Moorish settlements. Today, it remains an impressive oldest part of the capital to explore. Stroll along the cobblestone lanes and discover hidden gems like the Sé Cathedral, one of the oldest churches in Lisbon. Next, you can visit the Fado Museum and immerse yourself in the soulful, traditional Portuguese music. If you're visiting Alfama on Tuesday or Saturday, don't miss out on the Feira de Ladra, a flea market where you can find many unique antique pieces. In the evening, if time allows, you can even dine in one of the many charming restaurants for authentic Portuguese cuisine. With so much culture and natural beauty, Alfama's charm is truly a one-of-a-kind attraction to visit. Byor Elto and Chiado. Just 20 minutes away from the Alfama district, end your day one with a visit to Byor Elto. During the daytime, Byor Elto offers tourists a comfortable shopping experience with luxury shops and chic cafes. But come nighttime, and the whole vibe changes. Byor Elto is best experienced at night when Lisbon's nightlife comes alive. This area is known for its vibrant nightlife, picturesque streets, and rich culture. Day 2. Castello da Serra. Start your second day in Lisbon by visiting the historical Castello da Serra. Nestled on a hilltop overlooking the beautiful city of Lisbon, the Castello da Serra is a significant part of Portugal's history. Dating back to the Moorish occupation in the 11th century, this castle offers a deep insight into the capital's past. Visitors can explore the well-preserved towers and courtyards of the castle, each offering a unique view of the city. It also houses a small museum featuring many artifacts, including the Umayyad ceramics. The main highlight of the Castello da Serra is the Ulysses Tower, which offers a 360-degree view of Lisbon via periscope. After spending some time at the Castello da Serra, you can walk back to town and catch public transport to Bellum. Bellum Tower. The first attraction that you should visit in Bellum is the Bellum Tower, an iconic symbol of Lisbon's maritime heritage located near the Tagus River. The 16th century fortress is, in very simple words, a masterpiece of Portuguese architecture. Upon arriving, you will be immediately taken aback by the attention to detail. From design elements to the stone carvings, every aspect of the tower is just perfect. The tower served as both a defensive fortress and a ceremonial gateway to the city during the Age of Exploration. Moreover, the tower is conveniently located near other notable attractions, such as the Gonos Monastery and the Monument to the Discoveries, making it a perfect starting point for a historical and cultural journey through Bellum. Padrão dos Descobrimentos. Just a 20-minute walk away from the Bellum Tower, you'll find Padrão dos Descobrimentos, or, for the English translation, the Monument of Discoveries, a beautiful symbol of Portuguese history. Located near the banks of the Tagus River, Padrão dos Descobrimentos was established in 1940 in recognition of the Portuguese Age of Discovery during the 15th and 16th centuries. The monument is adorned with sculptures of Portugal's most influential explorers and is free to enter. Gonos Monastery. Next, head up to the iconic Gonos Monastery, which is around a 9-minute walk from the monument. Upon arrival, you'll be awed by the fine architecture and the deep-rooted history. The monastery, which is now a UNESCO World Heritage Site, was constructed in 1604, almost a century later than the start of its construction. Entrance to the chapel is free, but you may need to pay a fee if you wish to experience the monastery up close. After spending around 1 to 2 hours at the monastery, walk to the Pastéis de Belém. Pastéis de Belém. The food scene in Lisbon is quite tantalizing. One particular item is the famous pastel de nata that you will find in almost every bakery in Lisbon. It all started from none other than Pastéis de Belém, an iconic bakery only 3 minutes away from the monastery. Here, the recipe for the famous Portuguese custard tarts was originally made and perfected. MAT, Museum of Art, Architecture, and Technology. Up next is MAT, which is short for Museum of Art, Architecture, and Technology. It was opened in 2016 with the goal of blending 3 areas, that is, art, architecture, and technology. From the outside, the building itself is designed to stand out, but on the inside, things get even better. Designed by the famous British architect Amanda Leavitt, the museum building itself is a work of art. For a small entry fee, you get to experience contemporary art, sculptures, rotating exhibitions, and much more. The location of MAT, which is in the historic district of Bellum, further enhances its importance in the country's history, linking Lisbon's rich past with its innovative future. LX Factory. Your last stop on the second day is the LX Factory, which is about 2.5 kilometers away from the MAT. You can either take a taxi from there or walk to the LX Factory, which will take you about 25 minutes. With aesthetics and art waiting for you at every corner, LX Factory is the perfect mood setter if you're in Lisbon for 2 days. It's a fascinating place that combines creativity and culture. What used to be an industrial complex formerly is now an artistic haven. As you wander the cobbled streets, you'll discover galleries, boutiques, and restaurants within the renovated industrial buildings. LX Factory is the perfect place to shop for handcrafted goods and enjoy contemporary art exhibitions. And when you get tired, sit back and relax at one of the many trendy cafes nearby. There you have it, our Lisbon itinerary that will let you absorb the best of the city in just 2 days. We hope you find our itinerary and guide helpful, and if you are planning a trip inspired by our itinerary, ensure to check our recommended flights, hotels you can stay in, and best things to do during your visit in the video description below. Need help planning and finding the best vacation package to Lisbon, Portugal, or other European destinations? Visit us at MultiCityTrips.com today and see how our travel experts can help you design and personalize your next vacation.